Because Apple, of all companies, has 3D printed.
It's so thin that they couldn't use an off-the-shelf. Yeah, I mean, they're using 3D printed titanium. I believe it's titanium, because titanium is one of the easier metals to 3D print.
Okay, so we are finally in the mainstream era of 3D printing.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say this is the defining moment that 3D printing has hit mainstream. Because Apple, of all companies, has 3D printed the USB-C port on their phone.
The
Specifically,
iPhone Air.
the iPhone 17 Air or the iPhone Air. I do not know their naming convention scheme. It's terrible.
It's so thin that they couldn't use an off-the-shelf USB-C plug for it. To get USB 2 speeds, they were required to 3D print it out of titanium.
Also, I will say, we can ignore the USB 2 speeds. That's just an Apple thing. They don't like you going faster than that.
My 5-year-old Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, the last Samsung with expandable storage, actual expandable storage, can do USB 3, and I think it's 5 gig.
Yeah, in all fairness, actually, I don't know why I'm calling all fairness. Actually, screw you, Apple. The Lightning connector, which is what I showed the camera, don't murder me, is USB 2 speeds. The USB-C connectors on the iPhones are USB 2 speeds. So the new flat USB 2 to like USB-C, whatever, the 3D printed one, is also USB 2 speeds. I think that's just Apple deciding they had a speed and they want to keep it.
Yeah, well.
But that doesn't matter. This is really cool.
It's 3D printed
Having
metal.
a 3D printed out of metal, which, bearing in mind, is a more difficult process than any of the other processes, because you have to plane the beds,
most
you
of
have
them,
like clean them up, you have to
it's a laborious
pack the dense parts. It is not the straightforward process that a lot of people are used to, especially in this industry.
Not even close.
So the fact that they're doing this at massive scale, this is not, oh, they're making like 500 a month type thing. This is Apple making a brand new product launch around this technology, and they need throughput. This is insanely mainstream. Like, ignore Adidas and Nike, or Nike, don't care how you pronounce it.
Adidas and Nike.
Don't care. Your shoe brands are terrible anyway. The point being, they do 3D printed shoes, or at least 3D printed half shoes. That was like, oh, this is cool. This is becoming mainstream. Not really. Shoes are still quite niche for certain markets, and 3D printing is still not massive in everything. Apple, the biggest player for phones, making a 3D printed component in their mainline phone,
$1,000 phone.
Now, bear in mind, Apple already did 3D printing. They 3D print, I believe it's the Pro Watch. I can't remember the name of it. Their Elite or their Ultra Watch.
Oh, their big one.
Their frame is titanium 3D printed because of the tolerances required to make it work. That is insane.
And like
just straight up insane.
If Apple could have done it via traditional manufacturing, they would have. Because any time that you can save fractions of a penny, it adds up into real money on the bottom line, right? It absolutely does. They must have ran tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of testing and research, and determined that 3D printed titanium was not only the most cost effective, but was the best fit solution for this problem.
Yep.
You have to look at it and say, damn, that's pretty cool.
It really is.
And I think it's more of just the tolerances and how thin you can make a metal titanium 3D printed object. And because even the cheap titanium 3D printers are like 6 or 8 inch cubes.
Hell, I don't even know if it's titanium they're making of it. It could be stainless steel.
I'm almost positive it is TI-64 titanium.
I know the watch is titanium.
Titanium is...
I don't know if the USB-C is stainless or whatever.
I believe it's titanium, because titanium is one of the easier metals to 3D print. It doesn't get as complainy as like the steels do because like
the issue with aluminium, which is why it's definitely not aluminium, is the spot size of the laser is quite big. for aluminium, because what happens is the aluminium, when it welds, it kind of sticks to the powder next to it, whereas like a titanium and a steel doesn't get that. Cool.
They're even using it in their marketing. I've just pulled it up from Apple's newsroom. Yeah, I mean, they're using 3D printed titanium. Is that going to be a big selling feature? No, it's not. But it was one of those things where to get the iPhone Air as thin as it is, and it's, for an iPhone, it's really thin, but it's got a ridiculous camera bump. Like, honestly, you tell me your phone is very thin, but I'm measuring thickness at the thickest point. I'm not measuring at the thinnest point, okay?
Okay, I am actually going to argue. I really am on board with this. I don't like the name, the plateau. I do like, however, that the bit you hold is thinner than the bit you don't hold, which is thicker.
I'm going to put a case on it anyways.
From an ergonomic point of design, like, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to see Apple utilizing 3D printing in an iPhone, right? I think it kind of instantly validates the tech that's out there and is a great way when someone says, well, I don't really know of anything that's 3D printed. The iPhone Air, its USB port is 3D printed in titanium. There you go. Like, that's the easy thing. You know, oh, 3D printing is just dragons and tchotchke BS. No, here are the options.
Here's my justification. You're on a motorbike and you need to quickly get off your motorbike. Like, somebody's pulling out and you need to bail. You can't bail on a motorbike that easily. You're straddling it. You know what you're not straddling? A plank of wood. You can just immediately go into a roll. You can jump off. I don't care what happens to the plank of wood. That's that. Now, in retrospect, adding foot straps, which you tie yourself into, does undo the only main benefit of having a plank of wood that can go that fast. So when you inevitably crash, the coroner won't be able to identify you from your foot bones because your ankles will just be missing. But the moral of the story is, don't put your very expensive, very volatile lithium polymer, not life, but lithium polymer batteries in Tesco carrier bags and Ziploc bags, because they aren't exactly waterproof.
I'm not
They
putting
do have micro
a
pores.
lithium battery in this. Gosh.